singles match here between two longtime West Coast superstars, two PPW veterans. Yeah. And this should be a very good contest.
This is a good one. This is one I'm looking
between
forward
two of
to.
the young guys. And speaking of,
making his return to
showman.
PPW from the Mile High City, weighing in this evening at 244 pounds, Royce Isaacs.
Money made, Royce Isaacs. And this man has been a world traveler and then some. Up and down the West Coast, NWA Hollywood, West Coast Pro Wrestling, PCW, of course DDT over in Japan. He worked WrestleMania weekend in New York City.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to say we haven't seen him in a while here at PPW, and that is because he is an in-demand guy. He's hard to get.
And
it's hard to find him for a weekend.
Speaking of hard to find, hard to get, this guy in the Bay Area has been one of the greats.
Making his way to the ring from East Palo Alto, California, weighing at 252 pounds, here's the epitome of willpower, Will Hobbs.
So Will Hobbs, the powerhouse, former APW Tag Team Champion, going to get an opportunity to showcase his talents against Royce Isaacs. Two guys, like we said, who have really become hot talents on the West Coast. And of course, Royce Isaacs now residing in Los Angeles, California. Got the Hollywood lifestyle going on.
Yes.
But Will Power.
Oh, we're in. We are in.
Isaacs taking that shirt, and the bell is going to ring. Jimmy Mack wants it to start, and he's whipping him with that shirt as Royce Isaacs.
And how?
He's got a very shiny shirt of his own. Is that going to fit him? He's pretty swollen. Up. And now he's going to stomp away and choke him with his boot with that shirt on. And two shirts, Royce Isaac. Well, one of those shirts he wants. He doesn't want the other one. So jumping him to start.
Jumping him to start. Man, I'm impressed that that shirt fit him snug.
Not to say, right?
I thought going into this that Hobbs had the size advantage. Isaacs is right there with him.
Look at the shape that Royce Isaacs is in, man. I mean, this guy is, I mean, you're talking about two guys who keep themselves in tip-top shape. And Will Hobbs, you want to talk about willpower, that was right over the chest of Royce Isaacs. Now the backhand chop after the overhand chop. A big right hand, and Isaacs is running for cover, trying to. And after the jump from behind by Isaacs, Will had an opportunity there to come back. You can see him trying to fight off Royce Isaacs, but Isaacs all over the big man. And look at this strength. Oh, nicely done by Power, falling out. Now Hobbs says he's going to do one of his own.
And both of these are impressive as hell.
Wow. Royce Isaacs is not a small human being.
No.
That's 240 pounds. And this is, I think you're going to see kind of an even matchup in this case. Isaacs, his offense, he's probably a little bit more outside the box with his offense.
Sure.
But Hobbs is just going to come right at you. Very powerful.
Yeah, Hobbs has that kind of linebacker's laser sight, you know?
Right. And now he's shushing the crowd. We're going to shush too because this might be good to hear. Yep, that was good.
That deep, resonating thud.
You think you're going to hear the hand clap. That's not the bad one. That's the bad one. That thud. And speaking of, Isaac with the leaping forearm.
Goes deep.
Right. That's the one that makes you feel like your lungs are going to collapse. And And Isaacs here with the lateral press, only 2. You're going to need a little bit more on the upper body of Will Hobbs.
Seriously, this is a guy who does some presses.
Yes. Yeah, Royce Isaacs, we've seen him a number of times here at the Phoenix Theater. Always impressive.
Yeah, he's a guy that just right out from his debut, he just reads professional.
Right.
You know? And he's got a little bit more of an attitude.
Yeah.
The longer he's shown up here.
Well, if you've done the type of traveling that he has done,
yes.
I mean, he's earned the reputation that has preceded him. I mean, he is very talented. He's got a lot in the tank, and he's going to have to probably use up about as much as possible against Will Hobbs in a big right hand.
And when Will's fighting for his knees, Isaacs kept hitting him harder and harder and harder. I mean, really just throwing from a point of power.
Yeah, Will Hobbs, this is the thing. You look at a guy like Isaacs, and he's deceptively big. Like, you know, he's not as wide. He's not as broad-shouldered as a guy like Will Hobbs. But he's thick. He's 240 pounds. And he hits hard. You were talking about. He can, if he needs to put something behind one, he's going to.
Exactly.
And now Hobbs in the corner, eating a chop. Reversal of the Irish whip. And a snap power slam by Will Hobbs. Hook of the leg, 2, only 2. Kind of a wake-up call there, perhaps for Will Hobbs, that chop in the corner. Jawbreaker by Isaacs. Ooh, and a chop block. What do you do with a guy who's got the strength and the base of a guy like Will Hobbs?
And you can see how Isaacs put that together in his head. He came up from that jawbreaker. He saw the positioning of Hobbs' legs.
Right.
Saw that he was already in a starter's position. Right into the ropes, right into the back of that leg.
Now he's going after the knee of Will Hobbs. That, if you think about a guy torquing on that knee, it doesn't take much. I mean, the knee can only bend so far in that direction.
It's a bad angle. Maybe if you are sitting there with your legs comfortably crossed, when it's getting placed there for you.
And that's not just on the knee, that's on the hip flexor. That can be on the back if you're leaning back on it hard enough. But this crowd trying to get behind Will Hobbs. And now just standing tough, trading right hands. But Isaacs, who had the power earlier, he might not have it here. Neither man going down.
No, they're just throwing in the center.
Right hand after right hand. And a knee to the gut as Isaacs couldn't take it anymore. We could see him maybe picking up a little bit more. Oh, but he eats a back elbow, he eats that hard. And a second one. And a double sledge. And Will Power taking some big swings at Royce Isaacs. Shoulder tackle. And a beautiful spine buster. Hook of the leg. Only 2.
That was even more than the vertical suplex he hit earlier. That was the biggest gain I think Will Hobbs had in this match. That spine buster was a big moment for him.
And you see that knee still bothering him a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Isaacs. Oh, look at that. That's that offense I'm telling you about. He swung around, caught him with that cutter. And Hobbs, who's about as surprised as everyone was that Isaacs even hit that, is able to kick out. Isaacs calling for the end. He says this is going to be it. He's grabbing that full Nelson. Trying to swing him out. But Hobbs, nope. He was trying to catch him, but Hobbs caught him with a couple of back elbows, and he's keeping him.
Gosh. Oh, Isaac hung in there too long.
Yeah. Ooh, leaping knee strike. Northern Lights bomb, and he planted him right in the middle of the ring. Hook of the leg, 2, and Hobbs left shoulder up. That Northern Lights bomb hit snug. And Isaacs, he's had some really nice offensive maneuvers here.
How calling for that full Nelson again.
Yep. He likes to turn that. And that twist and slam. And now Isaacs lighting up Hobbs, trying to get to his feet. But Hobbs ducking under. Oh, he slipped, but he's able to catch him with the clothesline. Hook of the leg, 2, and he got him.
Wow.
And your winner by pinfall, Will Hobbs.
Hobbs looks like he might have cracked his neck on that rope. But he had enough behind him to really throw that clothesline right at Isaacs' throat. And he got just enough to keep him down.
Wow.
He wants that shirt that Isaacs tried to just take off his back. And the willpower chants break out. And Will Hobbs standing tall in this PPW ring. At times it wasn't pretty. He had a tough go of it towards the end there. Isaacs really came through with a couple of big moves, but Hobbs was able to come out on the top.
Honestly, at a certain point, I counted Will Hobbs out of it, and now I feel like an idiot.
Yep.
I thought Isaacs had it.
He said he wants the belt. He said he wants the belt, and you know what? We talked about Patrick Fitzpatrick tonight. A win over Royce Isaacs.
That's big.
That holds some juice.